MVP Infinity to start things off. It's a battle to avoid relegation in Group A.
Absolutely. And is there any better way to start an esports broadcast? And what I love about esports most, pro players confused about how to stand in a circle.
I know, right? Or how to, decide when to do their, go team thing,
They make it so complicated.
Some things never change, Monte Cristo,
Pro players, great teamwork in the server, questionable teamwork in real life.
Yeah, well, I mean, given their choice, where they would rather have the better teamwork, I'd still go with in-game right now.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, too.
Yeah.
That does actually help them significantly more in their careers.
We'll give them a pass.
Very interesting matches tonight. Obviously, in our first match, both of these teams have already been eliminated from the playoff contention in Group A, so it will be coming down to who is going to have to face relegation. There are some pretty scary teams in Challenger this season, like the Rocks Orcas. And then in our second match of Africa Red versus LW Blue, this could say a lot about how this group is going to shake out.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, we probably will still have some questions after this best of 5 as far as who's going to playoffs, who's going to relegation, because there's a really good chance that we're going to get a 3-way 1-2 tie, maybe a 3-way 2-1 tie, but that's a little bit less likely, I think.
Yeah, there are a lot of crazy scenarios, and of course it will go to map score as the primary tiebreaker, followed by head-to-head. So for those of you who are probably watching and fans of Misfits, what you need to know is that if Africa Red 3-0s, then basically, even if Misfits loses 0-3 in their final match, they will actually make playoffs because they will have a better head-to-head differential. Otherwise, we're going to be getting into a lot of other hairy factors depending on how many games Misfits can win, if Misfits can actually win that series. So a lot still unknown about how Group B is going to work in terms of playoffs.
Well, I mean, Group B is, people have been saying it all season, is the most stacked group in the tournament.
For sure.
So it's kind of cool to see it come down so close to the very end. It makes sense that with all these teams being so good, with maybe the exception of Africa Freaks Red, that we'd see a really close group in the end.
Yeah. Let's go back to our first match, though, because this one's pretty interesting. Both of these teams are 0-2, but they're very different kinds of 0-2. MVP has lost both of their best-of-5s 2-3 against Envious and Meta Athena. Meanwhile, BK Stars against those same teams has only won a single map, which was Volskaya versus Envious. So there's a pretty big difference in the 0-2s that we're looking at here.
I mean, coming into this one, I think it's easy to say that it's probably going to be pretty one-sided in favor of MVP Infinity unless something very surprising that we're not expecting happens, because MVP Infinity, in my mind, is one of the great tragedies of Apex Season 2, because these guys are so much fun to watch. They have such a unique way that they approach a lot of points on different maps. They have a pretty decent variety of compositions they go with, of heroes that they play. They're really fun to watch. They're very flashy, and they're good. It's just they've been barely not good enough to win the matches that they've been meant to win. So it'd be tragic to see these guys go down to relegation. I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to crush BK Stars. But anything's possible, I suppose.
Yeah, anything is possible. And with MVP Infinity, it's been impressive how diverse they've been. One Fact and Easy Bro have really looked like a great DPS pairing.
Yeah.
You take a look at these guys, you're like, well, maybe if this was another group, things might have been a little bit different. Obviously, Meta Athena surprising us coming out of Challenger and currently sitting in first place in that group. But we'll see how it plays out when they actually go against Envy. Well,
Meta Athena is, like you said, really, really good too. And their last match was against MVP Infinity, and that one was very close. It came down to very small mistakes on both sides that decided who took what map. So when it went to the 5th map in the end, it was just kind of small things that led MVP Infinity to lose that one. But BK Stars, talking about them this season, a bit of a disappointment because they were one of the teams that made playoffs last season. They looked like they had so much promise. Didn't work out that way. Let's take a look at how the groups are breaking out a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, and as you can see, Misfits and LW Blue sitting neck and neck in terms of that map score, which is why these next two matches in Group B are going to matter so much. A 3-0 for LW Blue would be really huge here because it would put a lot of pressure on Misfits. Misfits would have to 3-0 Lunatic High if they were going to make playoffs, because if they were tied in map score, then LW Blue would win the head-to-head. So,
with the way Lunatic High has been playing, I think that's a tall order for Misfits, but they've looked better each time we've seen them, so we'll see.
Yeah, so it will be difficult for Misfits, I think, but still a possibility, especially if Africa Red can overperform today. Otherwise, we have Kongdu Onsia and Kongdu Panthera toppings Group C and D. Yep. Panthera still the only undefeated team in this tournament.
Yeah, both Kongdu teams have been very, very good this season, but Panthera, surprisingly the better of the two Kongdu teams. Last season it was Uncia. This season I feel like Panthera's got a little bit of an edge.
Sure. I would also argue that potentially they have an easier group, which does contribute things. And Kongdu Uncia, they've dropped one map. So,
I'd agree with that.
we're I think, splitting hairs right there, but both Kongdu teams looking like playoff powerhouses.
Absolutely. So as we mentioned, today's best of fives, BK Stars taking on MVP Infinity, and then Afrika Freaks Red versus LW Blue. Afrika Freaks Red, another kind of tragedy here in Apex Season 2 because both of their matches, they've been 0-3, but the first match was a very close 0-3. The second match, they made some changes that I think they needed to make. They weren't as practiced with those changes, and it was another 0-3 loss, but they're a better team than they look. In any other group, these guys would have a better score for sure.
Oh, yeah, and maybe even a chance of getting into the playoffs.
Definitely.
I do think coming into this season, they were a little bit overrated. They don't have a lot of versatility. And like you said, yes, they showed more versatility versus Envy in their last game, but we still haven't really seen them punch it up, I think, enough. I didn't mean Envy, I meant Misfits. So.
Right.
But yeah, that's been an issue for them for sure.
That's right. I mean, well, and Afrika Red too. It's heartening to see that they know what their issues are and they're working on fixing those. Again, we talk to their coach all the time. He speaks good English and he's happy to talk to us, which is nice. And so they know what they need to do. Unfortunately, the middle of the season is not the time you want to be trying to do those things. And as such, it's looking unlikely that. I don't know if they're even going to be able to avoid relegations. I suppose we talked a little bit about how crazy that group can get, but they're down 0-6 right now in maps. So either way, it's rough for them.
Yeah, I think it's very unlikely that they avoid that fate, but they are probably a good enough team to get over that hump and move back into Apex for next season.
Absolutely. If they go down to relegations, I'd feel bad for anyone who ends up playing them. Let's take a look at our first two teams.
솔직히 이번만큼도 질 때는 차라리 편하게 지고 싶었는데 그래도 엄청나게 강팀이라는 더메타 상대로 2세트를 딸 수 있었다는 사실이 좀 좋았어요.
MVP의 끈적함을 저희가 말씀을 드렸는데
끈적하잖아요.
그러니까요.
이게 바로 인피니티의 매력이거든요.
진입당 싸움을 제일 잘하지 않을까.
타이무 위도우가 너무 잘했던 것 같습니다. 저희가 막으러 가도 역으로 따이는 경우가 생기고 컨디션이 많이 안 좋아서 좀 제가 못해준 게 아쉬웠던 것 같아요.
엠비어스를 세계 왕좌의 자리, 그 가장 높은 꼭대기 자리에 앉혀놓은 게 바로 타이머거든요.
그렇습니다. 참 안 풀린다라는 생각이 들 것 같아요.
BK 경기는 봤죠. 시즌 1 때는 굉장히 강팀이었는데 리빌딩 이후에는 살짝
이번 시즌의 첫 시작은 조금 아쉬움이 있었습니다.
이게 바로 긴장 때문이었죠.
그러니까요.
그래도 저희보단 MVP가 더 하위권이 아닌가. 특별하게 잘하는 선수는 별로 없는 것 같아요. 딜러 차이로 이길 것 같습니다.
쉽게 이기지도 쉽게 지지도 않아요. 근데 뭔가 마무리가 좀 안 되네요. 항상.
그러게요.
그렇게 한타력이 강한 팀인 것 같진 않고요. 새로 들어온 선수들이 아직 경험이 부족해서 당황하는 게 보이더라고요.
버니 형의 트레로 딜라인을 흔들면서 진영을 붕괴시킬 때 그때 덮치면 이길 것 같습니다.
그 트레이서에 흔들릴 것 같진 않고요. 이번 경기만큼은 확실하게 3대 0으로 이길 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
MVP전이 이제 마지막 경기인데 다시 MVP 팀을 승강전으로 보내드리겠습니다.
Well, there it is, BK Stars versus MVP Infinity. And yeah, BK Stars, I think a lot of us were expecting this team to be a bit stronger coming into Apex Season 2. They haven't been able to deliver on that mark. I suppose on the positive side of things, their DPS Carpe did look a little bit better last week. He played a nice attack Sombra on Volskaya Industries. That helped them beat Envious in the only map they took off them. So a few small bright spots in an otherwise pretty dark season for these guys.
Yeah, and I think you do have to mention how exactly Envy triumphed against BK Stars, because Envy was honestly, in my mind, underwhelming for their previous levels of performance. Things got a little hairy. They made some smart changes, and they swapped over to that Widowmaker, and Taimu, being the star player that he is, really dismantled them. But that was more of a mechanical victory, I think, from Envy, and the fact that he was winning duels against Tracers and Genjis that were trying to snipe him out of the backline, than it was necessarily Envy having the level of teamwork that we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah. And meanwhile, on the MVP Infinity side, I mean, yeah, we saw BK Stars say, hey, aren't we higher than them in the standings? Yeah, that's true. But go back and watch those games. MVP Infinity, you know, where BK Stars is lacking, I think is quite strong.
Yeah, MVP Infinity, they've shown a lot of different styles of compositions. They've been more willing to run Reaper than a lot of the other teams in this tournament. But, you know, they run triple tank and Soldier, Soldier Genji, Reaper Genji, these kind of combinations. But
Right.
BK Stars, I just don't think they have the firepower to take out Envy. They say in that interview that their DPS is better, but I think OneFact and EasyBro are having strong rookie seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. EasyBro especially, I think, has been really impressive on like the Roadhog, some of his other picks. But yeah, I gotta disagree with BK Stars too. I don't think their DPS. I don't think they're gonna win the 1v1.
And for MVP Infinity, one thing to look at is that small sample size, obviously, but on hybrid maps, they're 1 and 3. They're 1-on-1 in every other map type. So when we have 2 hybrid maps in the pool for every match, that's not the greatest look for them. And
Yeah.
so we'll see if they can take the control and the assault maps and therefore limit their need to win on hybrid in this best of 5.
I mean, no matter how this season ends, at least MVP Infinity will end it knowing that they were better than the MVP team from last season.
Well,
It doesn't take a lot.
The bar was set pretty low against MVP Space, who is now competing in that Challenger League.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at who's been picking what. Talked about it a little bit already. But of course, OneFact playing a ton of that Tracer. EasyBro has been on the Genji, but I like to think about this guy as Roadhog.
Yeah, for sure. And why not also, I think, deserves some conversation because he's been a strong Zarya player for them, help protecting these dive compositions that they've been liking to run.
Right. I think Sylph is a pretty decent Ana player, too, overall. I've been happy with both of their supports, but Sylph stands out. I would rate him maybe top 5 or 6.
On the Doa Ana scale?
Yeah, on the Doa Bloodthirsty Ana scale, you know, hitting those sleep darts.
The Ana meter.
Getting those kills. The Ana meter.
See what we're going to get here for our first set. It will be Oasis. We haven't had this map in a couple weeks.
All right. Going to the Oasis. With winter going in Seoul, South Korea right now, that sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's go to the Oasis.
I don't know. Might be too
Let's,
hot for me, Doa.
Oh, I don't know, but it's a dry heat.
Depends on where you are. Depends on where you are. Surprisingly, you know, like Dubai is very humid despite being a giant desert.
Well, Oasis is supposed to take place in Iraq,
Yeah, in
right?
Iraq, right.
So I think it's dry heat there.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not familiar with Iraq's climate. I haven't read up on that. Well, maybe we can ask these guys after they spend some time in it. It's best of 3 on Oasis. Breck, you know, it's good to get your back limbered up a little bit once in a while, you know, stretch out those tendons and stuff. If you're sitting as much as these guys do, it's important.
Absolutely.
That's right. You know what else is important? Avoiding relegations, Monte Cristo, which is one of what one of these two teams is going to try to do today. Let's see who gets early lead.
I get it.
All right, welcome to the gardens of Oasis. Looks pretty awesome.
They look like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, so
They do.
appropriate for
Makes
Iraq.
sense. That's right.
The inspiration is quite clear.
Yeah. All right, well, we will see who takes the early lead. BK Stars, actually both teams may be running the pharmacy right out of the gate here. And perhaps a triple DPS comp from BK Stars. You know, we've seen a little bit of triple DPS here and there in different situations in the league and around the world this season. But not a lot of it from BK Stars just yet.
Well, I like this because they were talking in the these teams were talking in the interview about the strength of the dive, and this composition that BK Stars is running really only leaves the Lucio. So 3 members go onto the back line. Bernard and Prove will be up in the air,
Yeah.
and so where is this Tracer going to go? If she can't kill the Lucio from MVP Infinity, it becomes very difficult.
That'll be fair versus fair. EasyBro over at MVP Infinity, though, helping out Breck get the first kill of the match. Looking good for MVP Infinity so far. Yep, that's pretty good. And EasyBro does eventually go down, though. Burner fighting back here. It's quite the brawl early on. 2 kills on both sides. The point about to unlock now as we go on board with Bunny on his famous Tracer pick.
Yeah, MVP Infinity is going to get there in order to contest, though, and since they had the earlier deaths, they're actually going to have a man advantage here very briefly, so sometimes on these points, those early kills don't mean a lot.
Yeah. Burner's still grabbing a couple of them, and MVP probably will be able to claim the point first. They're so close. A lot of members of BK Stars on there, though. They might be able to turn this one around.
Yeah, they definitely are going to turn this one around
Right.
as we see Alarm here just lasering the Diva with the Tesla cannon, and eventually going to get there. That's why some of these early kills don't mean much. While the control point is still unlocking, yeah, you can win those fights, but there's no chance to actually capture the points. So even though they won the initial battle, the later deaths allowed BK Stars to really just come back and take the point.
You notice when both teams are running Pharmacy or even just the Pharah, it gets really messy early on because teams just don't seem to quite know how far forward to go. Carpe taking out one fact with some help from Burner. Burner going for more. Winston's man, everybody's in the air this match. Definitely using the 3D, the three-dimensionality of Overwatch and FPS. So far, though, BK Stars still camping on the point. Up to about 26 control percent right now.
Yeah, a lot of the members of BK Stars getting quite low. Carpe finally going to fall right before he's going to get his Dragon Blade. No big ultimates coming out yet, but there's the sound barrier.
Yeah, Bunny's got the Pulse Bomb, too. Gets the kill onto Breck. Nice start for BK Stars in this one. And Bunny just cleaning up. There's a barrage from Burner just to try to secure the point. It looks like BK Stars is going to hold on to it.
Yeah, absolutely they are. Easy Bro comes in. He's actually going to, they're changing, looks like, well, we're going to see the Pharah use that ultimate pretty early on. And they do have a self-destruct, but a lot of ultimates there. BK Stars holding on to quite a few.
Yeah.
Carpe going to wait here, look for an opportunity on that high ground to use the Dragon Blade and drop down.
Well, both Mercies have their reses up, too. So this next fight could get a little bit insane. As Carpe tries to poke a bit. Going down. Oh, he finds a Mercy in the back. Wow, Sylph. What's going on there, man? Was he AFK? He just didn't react at first.
He's trying to maybe talk to his team or type right there.
Maybe,
Get
I
some
don't know.
information on cooldowns perhaps into the chat. A little bit confusing, but no need there. Carpe going to hold on to that Dragon Blade, which is smart because they got that initial pick onto the support.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of tragic for MVP Infinity. That push not even getting started.
And seeing a lot of Pharah increasingly on Oasis as teams really do use the verticality present in this map. And
Yeah.
BK Stars doing a great job of playing onto that high ground, and we haven't really seen a convincing ability from MVP Infinity to retake.
Oh, why not helps MVP Infinity dislodge BK Stars from that high ground above the point, trying to go after the Lucio. There's a Pulse Bomb, but he does pick up the kill onto Sylph, which is big because that res has still not been used. Carpe has the Dragon Blade out. Now to avoid the self-destruct, it does kill Prove. Both Mercies going down. Prove does get the ult off before he dies, though.
Yeah, this probably will flip the point eventually just because Sylph is still
Maybe.
alive with the ultimate.
I mean, Burner's getting a lot of stuff done here. That's a lot of damage. Alarm, too, so they're going to hold on to it.
Oh, wow.
BK Stars claims Gardens.
Yeah, Sylph couldn't get there in time to actually get the big res off, so pretty convincing victory there from BK Stars to start things off.
All right, well, coming in with the triple DPS single tank, and it worked out pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah, we haven't seen a team play Oasis quite like that before.
Yeah.
Really utilizing that high ground with the Genji to get up top, and it's very hard to contest that because you're constantly getting DPS from the high ground when you try and go in. And Burner's really showing up on that Pharah.
It's really disorienting to play against something like that, too, because, yeah, you have the damage coming from above, and then you have two very mobile DPS, in Genji and Tracer, harassing your flanks. So it's hard to focus anybody down because you're kind of getting hit from all sides the whole time.
Yeah, we're going to see a pretty big adaptation here. Here comes
Oh, yeah.
the McCree from One Fact, trying to shoot that Pharah out of the sky, and maybe running for some tankiness, too, attempting to get some hooks on targets that are diving that back line. So a lot of stopping power here against the Tracer between the Roadhog and the McCree.
Oh, Bunny looking for some kills in the back lines there, backing away. They did get the kill into Alarm early on. MVP drawing first blood anyway. And Easy Bro, on a point like University too, Roadhog can be pretty good against Unfair as well. You have more opportunities to get the grabs, more opportunities to land the right clicks. Bunny landing the Pulse Bomb but not getting any kills with it. Gets woken up right away though after getting hit with the Sleep Dart, makes it out. Has to avoid Easy Bro though, ooh, and that's tough to do sometimes. That Roadhog does a lot of damage.
Yeah, they have been winning these battles, but they had to get dragged off the point, so going to have to retake this right now.
Yep, that's
and
right.
That should be successful. It looks like this compositional switch a much better answer to what BK Stars was throwing at them, but Carpe getting dangerously close to a Dragon Blade. He gets the ultimate right as he goes down. One ult available now.
I mean,
and
I'm not surprised now. You're like, watch as I make this quarter disappear, and you're like,
the
well,
people
see how you
deserve
do
to
it
know
with
how
that.
you did it.
Wasn't there like a show or something like that on bad cable television that was just like a magician? He wore A mask. Wow. Hi. Yeah, I know. We're feeling the same way, Breck. Oh. I'm reading this. Maker. Well, I tried. You know, the thing is there's a lot of slang on fan signs. And I don't know a lot of Korean slang yet, except for some stuff I hear people call me on the Overwatch server, but I can't repeat that right now. We might have Korean listeners. I can't say that stuff. Yeah.
That stuff's not very nice.
No.
They really go ham with that stuff on the Korean
Quite rude.
server.
Oh
too.
man, they do. It's fun. It's fun and annoying all at the same time. We're back. We're back. Yes. Applause for One Facts Computer as it has limped back onto the field once more. And MVP Infinity building up some ultimates, getting pretty close. And BK Star is already ready to go with the Nano Boost and the Earth Shatter.
Yeah, but where are they going to go with this? So, okay.
Right here.
Well,
Dear.
they broke the shield and killed everybody.
All right.
I have to say that was not particularly surprising.
Wow.
Based on what we were talking about in that long pause, and now they're dead.
Well, so they used 2 ults to do that. They've still got the
they have Nano Blade,
Bullhog.
so MVP
Yeah.
Infinity really going to have to use this well, and that is also with Twinkle maybe having a sound barrier up and Carpe nearly with his tack visor.
They've got Earth Shatter as well, and Undyne's very close to Sound Barrier, so see what they can do. They're going ham, man. Here comes Easy Bro. Pulls out the Nano Blade. Hassan, oh, nice sleep dart on Roadhog to counter that whole hog. Bunny's going to pick up a kill there. Easy Bro finally does go down as BK Stars fights back with a sound barrier and attack visor of their own, and it looks like they're going to be able to hold this point.
Yeah, that's all they had, right? That was their one trick with this composition in order to get that victory. Carpe manages to live through it and battles back with the attack visor afterward, and Twinkle managed to get the sound barrier in time. So where do you go right now if you're MVP Infinity? They have to make a change.
And they've only got a minute to do it in.
Oh, One Fact actually got a flank on here. How'd he get in?
Well, he didn't get a lot of damage. There's the Graviton Surge used, though. And they're following up in a big way. Sound Barrier popped as well. Hook kill. Takes out Twinkle. And that is that. So
they got through the doorway finally, so no more Reinhardt shield battles. They managed to come back and take it. Nicely done by them, but it was a bit dicey there, 45 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Now that said, MVP Infinity is going to have a significantly easier time controlling high ground because they have the Genji, and Soldier's going to have to take that elevator up.
That's right. So the elevator's not the most reliable thing in the world. I'd really like if they changed that to a jump pad sometime.
Yes, we all would.
Yeah.
Those Oasis things where you just jump right up there.
I mean, because the elevator is kind of one of the only RNG elements in Overwatch where you kind of need it to be down and sometimes it's not. Oh, nice hook on the Easy Bro. Funny. With a good pick, and that's going to mean a defensive attack here from BK Stars. Going in for the 6v5, and that works out well.
Go ahead, push him off the payload.
Yeah, see, look at
MVP
that.
Infinity has a large ultimate advantage, though, so as long as they are careful and don't get picked off. They don't have to be cute. They just have to slowly advance the payload.
See, Alarm would have preferred to be on the high ground there, but he had to jump back down. Breck now, ooh, he's got a low shield, but he also has the Earth Shatter going in. There's the Nano Boost used on One Fact. He's got the whole hog going as well. Nano Boost now coming in onto Alarm, I believe it was. Breck tries to charge away. Kind of a crazy fight right now, but BK Stars sitting on the payload, defending it for the moment anyway.
They are. Alarm, though, didn't get a lot of value out of that Nano Boost, but he did at least split up the enemy team and force MVP Infinity back. They got a couple solid ults out of that, and the whole hog with the Nano Boost not doing enough work.
Nice kill on Sylph at the very end there, just to stagger the spawns a bit more for MVP Infinity. And now they've got that high ground that they wanted. You see, they've got Alarm up there with the shield. They can kind of put everybody on the bridge, and they can cover the payload pretty effectively.
Yeah, if BK Stars has time and the elevator RNG is kind to them, this composition is quite strong. Obviously, you get Soldier up there, you get picks from above with the Roadhog. The problem is if you ever get knocked out of there and lose a fight, regaining that high ground control quickly is very hard.
Easy Bro needs to be really careful here about his poking. He doesn't want to get hooked. Just reflect, saw the hook coming a mile away. Knew it was going to be incoming. Got that Dragon Blade. Meanwhile, Bunny, a lot of health to work with. There's the Graviton Surge, sound barrier for MVP Infinity. We'll see if BK Stars can win this fight here. Decent amount of damage. Now the Graviton Surge for the MVP Infinity side. Alarm swinging away. Gets his ult right as he gets taken out, and MVP Infinity a little bit ahead so far in this fight.
Why not really having an off day? I mean, the
Yeah.
counter Graviton, yeah, it worked, but they only caught one person in it. It's a pretty big investment. BK Stars will have another chance in order to block this payload before it gets to the second point, and the ult economy swinging in their favor right now.
I mean, only 30 seconds left for MVP Infinity, so this could theoretically be a 1-point hold for BK Stars. They've got a ton of ults to use. There's the Earth Shatter. Ooh, nice counter Earth Shatter from MVP Infinity, though. They got to capitalize on it, though. There's a charge, getting a little bit more done. It's a good buy at a grenade onto Breck. He's got the nano boost, and he's running in place. That's not a good sign.
No, that is a terrible sign.
Uh-oh.
That's how disconnects happen.
What is going on?
Hopefully we got that paused in there.
It's your fault, one fact. We're blaming you for this one.
It's a new PC. Oh, boy.
It's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
I think it might be one of those days, Doa.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That is a terrible time for something like that to happen, too, because that was a crucial fight to decide if they take point B or not.
Yeah, he was getting pushed back by the whole hog while he had been nano boosted there. So
I mean,
he wasn't going to make it back, but...
I think it's pretty hard to predict how that one would have ended.
Well, the Reinhardt was definitely not getting back to that payload anytime soon, but we shall see if that is a recoverable situation or not.
Yeah.
We still don't know if it's actually been paused.
It's a bit rough. I've not seen that happen a whole lot.
No, we haven't had too many disconnects here.
Catastrophic,
Catastrophic game failures.
Cataclysmic, apocalyptic.
Okay, so it sounds like we do have a server issue at the moment. They've been dumped into the lobby, so that's it for that one, guys. We're going to be regaming for sure here on Hollywood, which stinks because BK Stars had managed to get at least a decent push off at the start of that and hold back MVP Infinity.
Well, we don't know even who's going to be attacking and who's going to be defense for the first one this time, too. So.
I mean, that initial hold on point A was pretty solid by BK.
Yeah, it really was. Well,
obviously,
we can all look forward to the time when there's a restart from replay option or something like that.
Well, we'll look forward to Tournament Realm,
that
replays, and then maybe resume from replay. That'd be great.
Yep, it's you, Breck. No, it was one fact. We know it wasn't you. Oh, gaze into the eyes of Breck.
That's right. He doesn't look too upset about how this is going, and why should he? They did not have a strong push.
That sounds like something an evil wizard would yell at, like a party that came into the last room of dungeon. Gaze into the eyes of Breck and despair.
Breck does sound like a demon name.
It does. Well, it's a bummer for BK Stars and for Bunny. I just say bummer. I meant it's hilarious.
According to Bunny, Carpe looks less amused.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? One of those things. And we'll have to wait and see when the regame's going to re-begin. Hopefully it'll be soon. When did we have any regames last season? I don't think we did. Maybe one? This doesn't happen very often. I'm trying to think of the last time
we have cast
I was part of a regame.
We did cast a regame before. But
yeah, I think it was last season.
It was last season. I think
Yeah.
it was Rogue.
I don't remember the teams that were involved, but I'm pretty sure we had one last season.
I think it was Rogue, and they ended up with a strong push, and then it disconnected, and then they ended up winning that map anyway. So.
Yeah. So what's the worst regame? See, oh, never mind. We're gonna start over. I was gonna start reminiscing with you. Hear about your worst regame stories.
My worst regame stories.
Yeah.
Well, Doa, this is quite a different composition than we saw previously.
Sure is. BK Stars bringing out the Bastion and the Torbjorn this time around.
Well,
or the McCree.
Is Bernard going to? No, they're not going to. They're going to do this.
Or the Soldier.
They're going to do the same
All
thing.
right. I was gonna say.
I mean, if I was them, I'd be pretty confident too, because I
Yeah.
think MVP Infinity really was just being quite stubborn about their team composition, and BK Stars on that low ground
It does.
against the Reinhardt shield can be quite powerful. MVP Infinity, do they change things up now?
Well, fairness aside, it's probably a good idea for them to try something different. But it looks like it's going to be the same thing.
Well, MVP Infinity, exact same thing. That is a
honorable.
A cheeky little fire strike there to see if he can get some ult charge immediately. Prove actually did manage to land a better biotic grenade that time for 12%.
Not bad.
Wow, that is an aggressive charge. Holy moly.
Yeah, Alarm takes out one back very early, though. Easy Bro responding. It's becoming a bit of a melee near the point, but they've still got the Reinhardt shield on the side of MVP Infinity. PK Stars without that Reinhardt may be in a little bit of trouble. Wow, they're backing away.
I mean, they know they're going to have the 65 advantage faster. Like,
Yeah,
they
I
died at the
suppose.
same time, so they can just re-push up. And
true.
without that Reinhardt, this is big problems for for PK Stars because they can't actually contest at the choke, so they're going to be able to be flanked.
Yeah, why not? Coming down the stairs, and they've got Bunny very, very low. This is a rough start for BK Stars. Why not? Very low himself, though, taken out by Carpe, who grabs 2 from the high ground. Nobody handling that Soldier 76 until right now. And there's the Dragon Blade from Easy Bro, trying to turn this fight around yet again. Can't quite get the kills, though. And it looks like MVP Infinity is going to have to regroup a little bit back. They don't have to move all the way back.
Yeah, mistake there to pull out that Dragon Blade so late in that fight. Burner had a lot of energy on the Zarya, so they're going to push forward again. Again, they just wait for their man advantage and then go in. Here comes the nano boost.
Yeah, Burner, meanwhile, locks up MVP
Oh,
Infinity with
boy.
a great Graviton Surge. Man, they are getting wrecked right now. And Easy Bro is more like easy kill. Is MVP Infinity not going to get anything done with that push?
Well, Burner really saving his team. The Reinhardt goes charging in early with that nano boost, but that leaves everybody clumped up for an easy Graviton Surge. And that Zarya was approaching 100 energy going in, and you will get wiped that way.
Burner's, you know, last season he was definitely one of the better Zaryas we had in the league. He struggled a bit this time around, but he's looked much better today so far.
Well, BK Stars also has a huge ultimate edge right now. They only had to use one ult on that last push, and now the Nanovisor should clean up several members of MVP Infinity easy.
Yeah, no problem at all for BK Stars to hold that one.
Bunny and Burner doing some work right now, and this is going to be a very free
snap.
kill. That's actually pretty good for them. That's actually really good for them because now they have to actually clean up this back side. Okay, now they're going to get one fact. Have to kill a Genji. Okay, they get what they need to after that surprise, because even if they had traded 1-for-1, Roadhog for Roadhog right there, again, MVP closer with those spawns, able to really reinforce quicker.
Sylph is in a bit of an awkward spot right now, but he should be safe for the moment anyway. Yeah, trying to maybe draw somebody back. The backside is MVP Infinity. Not quite splitting up the Zigguron. There's a hook. Wow, Zarya's shield comes in at the same time. Breck, okay. He's going to drop the Earth Shatter. Bunny knocked down actually in the cafe. Alarm low health. Looks like they're going to take down Breck, though. And yeah, BK Stars still with that strong defense. Less than a minute remaining, though. So MVP Infinity coming in with a big ultimate push, and it's a similar situation to last time. They need to make this one work.
Yeah, Breck's Reinhardt play has not really impressed me so far on Hollywood. He's been disconnected a lot of the time from the rest of his team. And with a questionable positioning, why not's going to have to get a big Graviton. It's going to be one in midair.
Well, Easy Bro's got the sound barrier to try to add some survivability to his damage. Gets a kill on the Burner. Not a bad start as MVP comes onto the point right now, but Carpe's got that nano visor. Oh, and Sylph immediately taken down. Why not? Not going to last much longer. And that's going to be probably a Roadhog kill too. So BK Stars looks like they may get a full hold here. An improvement on last time.
Well, yeah, they certainly won't be mad about that,
No.
but MVP Infinity really struggling. Sylph's going to try and sneak in with the Tracer and just delay this in overtime, but he goes down too fast to Carpe.
Well, it looks like they got Why Not back on there with the Diva, but that's not going to buy enough time. Or maybe it will. Breck there. There's Earth Shatter blocked, though, by Alarm. Graviton Surge comes in. Carpe is on the point, but they're going to need more than that. Or rather, Easy Bro is on the point, but he is not anymore. And there's a full hold for BK Stars, so eventually. So there's a full hold for BK Stars. Okay.
Well, BK Stars improves on their performance from last time.
That's a tough break for MVP Infinity. They had a chance to get possibly 2 points or more on that last push before the big disconnect.
Well, for MVP Infinity, though, you look at them and you say, why didn't you change your composition from that last fight? It was actually a pretty big problem for them.
Yeah.
For the reasons stated, they did manage to whittle down a few people on the first attempt and get a flank in, which meant that the Roadhog hook could instantly be useful without breaking the Reinhardt shield, but this time, there was nobody contesting Carpe on the high ground, right? So he got a couple very free tack visors with a nano boost, and even if they got some initial kills to clean up too much from the soldier and no pressure on him.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like MVP Infinity looked at that situation. They're like, all right, well, we got the point last time. We're going to do even better with this comp this time around. But, you know, I don't feel like they got the point the first time because of the comp. They just kind of grinded their way, ground their way through it, and that's not something you can count on as we just saw.
Yeah, I just not a big fan of that. Easy Bro will be going on the Pharah here on defense. So trying to control the skies, and they will have the Mercy to combo with that, try and get some of these long-range shots. Well, BK Stars, yeah, Carpe on the Widowmaker for now, and Bernard looks like he will be matching on the Pharah. So
I like the Widowmaker. I think that's one thing that you can really use to remove that soldier from the Cafe high ground that MVP Infinity struggled so much with on their attack run.
I do wonder what BK Stars is going to do, though, because they don't have a Zarya to protect the Winston or the Tracer when they dive in. So what is that exactly going to look like here? Only, I should say, BK Stars really has an answer to the enemy Pharah, and that's going to be the Widowmaker. They're going to know Widow's there right away. Fire Strike comes through, but doesn't get much.
I think the idea is that Winston turns the Reinhardt shield. He gets people low enough that then the Widowmaker finishes him. He's going to go in and try to do just that as Burner comes over the top, doing a lot of damage with that Pharah. Meanwhile, Easy Bro on the Pharah, he's got the pharmacy going on. Easy Bro gets a kill into Alarm first, though. It's MVP Infinity holding strong for the moment. Carpe just can't find the shot on Widowmaker. Easy Bro survives. He's going to go for a high one. Oh, not getting the kill onto Sylph.
You got to hit that one. That's the one you need to hit to really get an advantage. Now, Alarm just sort of jumped in by himself with the Winston shield and unsurprisingly instantly died. They're going to try it again.
All right. Bunny trying to handle himself on the point. He's got that ultimate ready to use. MVP Infinity with a couple kills, though, so BK Stars already having to back away.
I just don't think you can run this Winston and Tracer when you don't have any other frontliners or you don't have a Zarya there to offer that additional layer of protection, because unless you're, I mean, they're also playing it weirdly, and they're going to switch to the Reinhardt now.
Yeah, they've got the D.Va as well for a little bit of rocket absorbing
That's much
action.
better.
I agree. MVP Infinity trying to fight back, though. Bunny just diving through the middle of everyone. Twinkle gets one kill. The mech does go down. Burner on his own now. Easy Bro in the target. Crosshairs of Carpe, who gets grabbed and taken out, but there's a res right away. So MVP Infinity still with their res to use in case they need it. BK Stars has kind of exhausted all the ultimates they've got.
Yeah, why not going to find that kill onto Bunny? So everybody goes out. That res didn't prove particularly useful. They didn't manage to draw any additional ults out, so not having that while Sylph has his going to really delay this.
They used it to bring Carpe back up, but that didn't really gain them anything.
The only thing it gained them is actually getting Deadeye up a little bit faster, but that is really irrelevant in this situation.
Yeah. I agree. MVP holding the high ground. There's a Deadeye now. Carpe speed walking way out there. Doesn't get any kills, though. Does get the flashbang over the Reinhardt shield, but Breck shielded by the Zarya. MVP Infinity scattered already. Nano boost onto Breck, and or I should say BK Stars scattered, and MVP Infinity having a pretty easy time defending it.
Yeah.
Zarya shield on a Breck.
And that's it. I mean, they used Nano Boost, they used the Zarya ultimate as well, Graviton Surge, but no other commitments right now. So MVP Infinity holding really strong with only about a minute 15 left.
Undyne very low, Bunny going for the kill, and wow. Barrage comes in. There's a pulse bomb. Breck gets taken out. This is a push BK Stars have been looking for. There's a res, but they're going to have to run into a sound barrier to MVP Infinity. BK Stars still fighting it out. And that res may have saved them. Yeah, Bunny gets grabbed by one fact. Sylph really hitting a nice res in that fight.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they needed to continue this. Oh, wow. That was so clutch. What a great Earth Shatter there to keep Carpe alive.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they needed, though, They wasted all of the ultimates except for this nano boost. They kept the pressure on, and now it's really coming together. But we're going to see a couple kills.
I mean, Easy Bro plus the damage from that nano boosted Reinhardt certainly helps MVP Infinity to fight back here. Nice Fire strike on approve as he tries to run by. Would have died anyway, but it's stylish, you know, feels good.
But it's okay. There's time for another push right here. They've got the self-destruct to clear people off the point. Bernard is just waiting.
There's 2 ticks on the control meter as well,
Yeah.
so BK Star is still in a decent position to win this one.
Just got to get those initial kills in. We'll see how this self-destruct is going to be used.
I wonder how he's going to throw that one out. Pulse Bomb does take out one fact, so MVP Infinity shorthanded here.
Oh,
nice
no.
Earth Shatter, though. MVP getting the kills. And Bernard just going to drop that self-destruct. A bit of a desperation move now, though, as it's pretty easily blocked. Trying to grab time. Bunny finds a kill onto Undyne, so the Ana's out of the way for BK Stars, but they got to get the respawns there in a hurry.
Okay, everybody getting knocked off the point, though.
That's OT.
In the end, we've got a D.Va. Alarm makes his way back up. D.Va has been desuited.
Breck at about half health, though. If they can get the kill onto him, and Bernard's trying so hard, they do get the kill onto Alarm. Breck's still up, though. Look at how much health he has, or doesn't have. There's the kill. Proof finishing him off. BK Stars desperately trying to save this one, but I think this is going to end up being a tie. We'll see. Yeah, it looks that way. Pulse Bomb, or one onto Why Not. Alarm getting back in there. Can he charge into time? No, he can't. And it's going to be a double full hold on Hollywood to force the tiebreaker.
Well, though, if we had to have a regame, at least it went to a draw.
I guess so.
Where these teams will
so.
have a chance to go onto a control point map to decide the winner. Fortunate way to start Hollywood, but it's our first sudden death that we've cast this season together, I should say.
Yeah, we had one earlier. I wonder what map it's going to be on. It's not going to be Oasis. We know that much, at least.
And if you're new to this, if we do draw, we go into a single random control point in order to decide who will be the victor here.
Yep. BK Stars should feel pretty good going into this one. They did manage to win Oasis 2-0. Certainly looked better on that map anyway.
Yeah, they did. I think BK Stars probably going to be pretty confident about this, given that earlier performance. So I'm really surprised by some of these holds that each of these teams are making. It seems that the attacking team compositions have been pretty awkward.
Yeah. Well, I'm just surprised that it's been as close as it's been so far. This is, again, a battle for relegation, so it's a big deal for both of these teams. I mean, whoever does get knocked down to relegations in a Super Week, they've got a good chance of coming back up again, I think. But you don't want to be in that risky situation. It's time for our tiebreaker to see who wins Hollywood. Let's find out. All right, we're going to Nepal, and we're at the Shrine, it looks like. BK Stars versus MVP Infinity. BK Stars coming in hot as far as control maps go. In today's best of 5, winning Oasis 2-0. Going for possibly a very different composition than what we saw before.
Yeah, I like it, though. You don't have to necessarily go for a full dive composition on Shrine. There's so much room for the Tracer to run around.
Yeah, not to mention
on the sides that, just play pretty conservative. You've got the McCree just in case they've got something like a Pharah that they might be trying to surprise you with. So you don't commit to, like, full Genji Tracer.
Not to mention that although there is a lot of open space for Pharah to fly around in, there's also a lot of places to hide behind where those rockets can't get to you. So she's surprisingly not really the greatest hero on this point, I think, in general.
MVP Infinity. They're going for the more reliable triple tanks and a soldier.
Oh, yeah.
He scouted out pretty quickly.
Yeah, Bunny looping around the side here. BK Stars in the red now. Bunny getting in behind. And there's a kill already onto Alarm. Good start for MVP Infinity. Point unlocking in just a little bit.
Yeah, that can be one of those problems. If you have both of the Reinhardts, MVP Infinity, they did commit 6 people right there initially, but with Why Not going down once again, you may see BK Stars sort of outlast them here.
Possibly. A lot of low health members over there, though. Bunny coming from behind. There's a nice Pulse Bomb. And actually, well, Easy Bro went down before the Pulse Bomb actually killed him. He's killed by Bunny anyway. Just some left clicks. And that works. So, in the end, BK Star is going to claim this point first.
I mean, Why Not just keeps dying to Bunny on the backside of these fights. And
Yes, so.
I mean, MVP Infinity starting strong right there because Bunny was still getting into position, but the backstab there coming around from Bunny helping out and taking out the crucial supports and off-tank members.
Yeah.
MVP Infinity, so BK Stars will cap that and stand strong.
They'll get a good start coming into this one. Bunch of ults to work with. 4 right off the bat. A few more coming soon. Carpe tries to get the back. Nice flashbang onto Breck, and that's going to lead to BK Stars getting a lot of kills early. One fact fighting back with the attack visor and the nano boost. A lot of kills on both sides, and MVP Infinity, the one's coming out ahead in the end.
Yeah, but that was just a distraction, right?
Yeah.
The Reinhardt was coming back. Yeah, it's nice if you get that jumping flashbang to make sure that you can get over his shield, but when one fact is already on your flank, just mowing you down with a nano visor makes a difference. But BK Stars, you know what? All they use was an Earth Shatter. So in terms of retaking the point, looks like should be pretty simple for them, as long as they don't get picked off by...
That's what you want to see most teams do, right? If you're going to lose a point like that, just give it up, save the ultimates, take it back fast, and that's what they're going to do right now. The Big Bang coming in.
Oh!
The Bunny Burner combo, we've seen it so many times, and it works again today. BK Stars with an easy point retake.
Yeah, when you have that nano boost on you too, you're going to be able to deal 450 damage and really just one-shot the Zarya. So very efficient use of those ultimates. They maintain their high noon just for zoning out if people start to approach the point, and their sound barrier as well.
Yep.
Looking solid for BK Stars. MVP Infinity, they've got to pull off a similar combo as they come in.
There's a Graviton Surge. Yeah, they're going to try it. Easy Bro comes in. The Pulse Bomb a little bit late, but not late enough to prevent those kills. 3 for Easy Bro. Great start for MVP Infinity, although they're losing quite a few here. Wow, these fights have just been absolute slugfests.
I mean,
MVP taking the point back, though.
You really see the preparation and communication these teams have. That was Tracer working her way up to the high ground, knowing that the Zarya ultimate was going to be there from Why Not, and then perfectly judging the distance to combo into it while they were still clumped up during the ult. Very nice execution from MVP Infinity. And it's been big bang after big bang here as Control has seesawed over this point on Shrine.
Carpe with the easy, or early kill on Easy Bro, rather. One fact looking pretty safe on the side as BK Stars comebacks in again. Bunny with the kill on the Breck. Reinhardt shield out of the way, but not for one fact. He's still got to deal with it on the BK Stars side of things. Carpe making a difference. BK Stars, wow, they take the point back again. It's been so back and forth on Shrine, and whoever wins this wins Hollywood.
Yeah, interestingly enough, yes, it's a weird way to say that, but yes, whoever does win this one on the ball does win Hollywood. MVP Infinity regrouping after Undyne's death, going to make one final push. They've only got... Oh,
Wow, that Earth Shatter not working out. The Zarya shield preventing it. Meanwhile, double charge means both Reinhardts fall down, and Breck falls down harder. Nano boost for Alarm. Hasn't gotten to use it a lot for damage, but he's been able to stay alive because of it at least. Why not with the Graviton Surge? Is it too late? We'll find out. Gets Graviton Surged himself. Easy Bro with the kill into Alarm. They don't have the Big Bang. MVP does flip the point anyway. 99% though for BK Stars, so MVP, they've got to hold this one the duration now.
yeah, that was a pretty poor Earth Shatter. He definitely had time to see that the projected barrier is up. It does hit you instantly, so all you have to do is wait for that, even if you're trying to anticipate when it will actually drop. So crucial ability not used right there. MVP Infinity going to be looking to use the Graviton Surge of their own.
All right, wow. There's the nice shield onto the McCree. Carpe getting one kill onto Undyne with that one. But overall, MVP Infinity going pretty even with BK Stars here, although BK does flip the point back again. We're into overtime now. Why not trying desperately to get back to the point, but he's being denied, and BK Stars are going to take it, and with it, take Hollywood. They are up 2-0 in this series.
There was just no follow-up damage on that Graviton Surge, unfortunately.
Well, you know the reason why is because just moments before that, they had used their Pulse Bomb.
Yep.
So there was no chance for the Big Bang combo, and I think that cost him.
Yeah, also the sound barrier there, even when we saw the McCree hit the ground, and Why Not attempting to get that kill, still had the vestiges of the sound barrier shield onto him.
Yep.
And there wasn't a lot of hope there for a relatively low-energy Zarya to pick up that kill.
Well, I would not have expected to see this at the beginning of the best of 5. BK Stars with a 2-0 lead, and, frankly, they're playing better.
Yeah, they definitely are. They showing up today in a way that they haven't previously. Burner showing us some nice Pharah skills in addition to what we expect from him on that Zarya.
It's the simultaneous aspects of BK Stars playing the best match of their season and MVP Infinity playing the worst match of their season so far. That's a good thing for BK Stars. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll see if BK Stars can complete the 3-0, or if MVP Infinity gets a win, gets some momentum going. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back. Might have some highlights for you, or we might just have a commercial break. Looks like that's what we're doing.
Exciting times.
Probably.
Exciting times.
We'll see you in a few. And we're back on Apex Season 2, and right now, a bit of an upset in the works. BK Stars up 2-0 on MVP Infinity. The team that was previously playing not so good is playing great today. The team that was playing pretty well, not so good today.
Well, I've been impressed with some of the old combos from both of these teams, Noah, but I think for the most part, a lot of the team compositions have been really strange and ineffective. And I do wonder what is going on strategically. I appreciated BK Stars' ability to play with verticality on Oasis Garden, but other than that, I don't think that they've done a wonderful job of trying to counteract each other's team compositions, and that they've been playing some comfort comps and comfort picks in ways that don't have a lot of synergy or don't really counter what their opponent is trying to do.
Yeah, you know, aside from the, as we look at our next map, aside from the unique comp on Oasis from BK Stars, I almost feel like we're watching a match from last season in terms of just how BK Stars is playing it. We're constantly setting things up for the big bang, otherwise looking a little bit scattered. It's an odd match, that's for sure.
Definitely is, and we are going to see the selection of Temple of Anubis by MVP Infinity.
Yeah.
I think this is smart because to date, BK Stars, before tonight, their one map win was against Envy on Volskaya. And if these guys can beat Envy on Volskaya, you probably are not going to want to play them on that map. So they'll try and go for a different assault map instead, where we may not see that same strength. But BK Stars, regardless, coming into this assault map, are feeling wonderful about the way things have gone.
That's right. Well, MVP Infinity, this is a map that could determine or will determine whether or not they go to relegations right here, right now. It is win or literally fight for your life to be in the tournament next season. Let's see if they can stay alive. Time to go to Temple of Anubis. Welcome to Temple of Anubis, your home for ancient Egyptian sarcophagi and beat-up wooden crates.
I was going to say more like modern Egyptian sarcophagi, unless you believe in some of those theories, Doa, that
Ancient aliens?
they were ancient aliens, because that looks far more advanced than anything I saw when I was in these old temples in Egypt.
Hey, well, I mean...
They were just hiding it for me.
We don't know the full story of Overwatch just yet. Maybe there are. Maybe there will be alien characters someday.
Maybe in Egypt the Stargates just aren't visible to the public. You know?
Maybe. I liked the movie Stargate.
Yeah, it's good.
Even the TV show was actually not too bad.
I heard it was good. I never saw it, though.
It was. I was surprised by how good it was. I mean, it also had MacGyver in it, which, you know, gives it a few points right there to begin with.
Is that right? Anything... how many points does having MacGyver in your TV show give you?
On like a what kind of scale?
So if you're rating it out of 10,
Yeah.
so the TV show, does it get one additional point if it has MacGyver in it?
I'd say it's worth at least 3. MacGyver's at least a 3-point character in your.
He could bring a 5 up to an 8. That's pretty damn good.
If this was like Fire Emblem Heroes or something, he would be a 5-star golden actor to put in your show. MVP Infinity on the attack here. Why not on the Diva, interestingly enough?
Yeah, going for a partial dive composition this time. Not sure what the Diva really is going to accomplish here. BK Stars going with a standard 2-2-2 composition.
MVP Infinity and Triple Tank seems indecisive, but they're going right in. Left side up on the high ground now. Carpe chases down Undyne for the early defensive kill for BK Stars. And Carpe really causing a lot of trouble. Man, One Fact had no chance at all. There goes Breck. Carpe, just the one-man destroyer of MVP Infinity's hopes and dreams, apparently.
Well, the problem there is Diana was on the low ground by herself, and it made it very easy for the Genji to make that pick play. A good awareness from Carpe, but not a very well put-together attack there by MVP Infinity. And he's got a huge edge on the Dragon Blade charge compared to Easy Bro, and he's keep on working that up.
Okay, so One Fact swapped over to the Roadhog. I think that was a good idea. This seems more like a normal triple tank type comp. Whoa, Brett goes deep. Alarm gets the kill into Undyne right off the bat. Not a good start for MVP Infinity. Carpe has that Dragon Blade, but he doesn't need to pull it out anytime soon. There's another kill. Breck, I'm surprised it took him that long to die.
I'm surprised that Breck is charging in as much as he is
I know,
in this
right?
series tonight. He is. Sometimes you have to do that if your shield is going to break, and you think, okay, well maybe if I can get a pick here instead of just getting grabbed or instantly focused down. But in these situations, so many times Breck has gone in, and the response from BK Stars has been correct. Just ignore the Reinhardt. He's not pinning anybody. Just kill everybody that was standing behind him.
Yeah. Here comes Carpe with the Nano Blade. Zarya shields abound. He gets hooked, gets taken down. First good thing to happen to MVP Infinity all game. And can they channel it into a push, though? Doesn't look like it with kills coming in favor of BK Stars already.
They got everybody there. Just try and shield him while he stands back up. So 100 energy charge here for the Zarya.
They're short-handed. They can't really use it for much right now.
Well, they're going to wait for everybody to come back up and make a 6-man push. And everybody standing back now and reevaluating the position. No threat on that soldier on the high ground right now.
Alarm went charging in by himself, and he got taken out really early. Emergency sound barrier comes in for BK Stars as they try to win this one 5v6, make it 4v6. This is looking pretty good for MVP Infinity right off the bat. There goes Proof. The supports are out of the way. And I think Alarm may have made a pretty big error charging in so deep like he did at the beginning of that fight.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to contest that point because you already control the high ground, and Soldier had such a long shot. And it was a good answer by Easy Bro to make sure he could get up there instantaneously with the nano boost and the Dragon Blade and take out that Soldier during the tack visors. That was really critical, but Alarm going down first there.
I've seen this one before. Oh, big
boy.
old Earth Shatter into the pin. That's the play. That is the play, man. And that shuts down the momentum from MVP Infinity hard.
Absolutely does. They're going to clean everybody up too.
Nearly everybody.
Well, are they going to get that loot? Oh, they did not actually get the Genji in the end, so could have been a little bit better on the backside of the fight for BK Stars, but
Watch that again.
let's watch a nice big Earth Shatter from the flank.
Goodman.
Yeah, it does. And this is one of those times where it's like, do you see the Reinhardt? Yes, no. If you don't, check your corners, right? You have to check those corners, make sure that you're not going to get blindsided. Nice.
All right, here we go. Nano Blade coming in. Sylph immediately dropped. There goes the other support. Earth Shatter comes in, but it may be a bit too late. Oh, they're going to take Carpe on a long ride away. Breck with the kill there. Can MVP Infinity keep this push going? Doesn't look like it.
No, they're still going to be one man down
Yeah.
on the push, so not really able to sustain that in any meaningful way. Bunny has that pulse bomb available, but MVP starting to work up some nice ults in there on one back now, changing from Pharah to Pharah and then again to the Reaper.
Wow, it's not a good sign.
I
You got
would
people
not
changing like that.
I would not play Reaper necessarily against BK Star's composition.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to kill the Genji or the Tracer with that hero. But maybe they think, okay, this is going to be a more efficient push if we can get the nano boost really quickly and just have Reaper go to town on the tanks.
Oh, why not drop some Graviton Surge? Easy Bro pulls out the Dragon Blade in response, forcing people back to spawn for the moment. And the fight still not really going so much in BK Star's favor right off the bat. MVP gets the early kills anyway.
They are there. Doing a good job.
Oh, well, sometimes you just get pinned. Ouch.
Might have been able to see that one coming. Reinhardt swinging away, just trying to clear off these highly mobile heroes off the point right now. They're getting some good time on it, though, when it comes to capping.
Yeah, Breck with Earth Shatter again. A good one down the corridor. Might be able to buy them enough time. Didn't get the greatest one. BK Star's coming around the side now, the other side, to take things back defensively. Breck does go down, and it looks like it's just going to be 2 ticks on the control meter for MVP Infinity.
That was such a piece of guesswork by Breck there on the Reinhardt. He couldn't actually get anybody because the closest player was around that corner, and weirdly, he knew the Zarya's projected barrier was down, the barrier on herself, so could have had an opportunity to Earth Shatter at least her. Now, obviously, if you don't see anybody there, you don't pull the trigger on the Earth Shatter, and maybe you turn back and try and shatter the opposite side of the point instead, which may have caused them to actually take the victory there, but instead throws it away.
Yep. Burner lurking on the side. He coming from behind with the Graviton Surge. That's exactly what he's going to do. And there's the old classic Big Bang. BK Stars slams that push down.
So satisfying to watch that, though.
Oh, yes.
Especially when there's a Genji dashing through the middle of it, too. Immense amount of damage.
It's funny to see this because, we talked about BK Stars maybe relying a little bit too much on the Big Bang combo, but I think today they just said, you know what, we're really good at this combo. We're just going to do it as much as we can, and they're making it work.
Yeah, I love it. And I love how Burner immediately switched over to the Diva.
Yeah.
Here's what Burner knows. He hasn't seen Death Blossom yet, and he knows that there's going to be a Nano Boost coming. So he's thinking to himself, well, if I can stay alive here, I could just right-click onto their Reaper and eliminate some of their ultimates.
Carpe coming in with an ultimate of his own, trying to find one. Bunny, the one getting kills, finishing off those Dragon Blades. Carpe gets a couple at the end. And MVP Infinity, again, shut down really hard.
The other reason we're going to keep going is why the Diva is good in this specific situation is you have a minute and a half left on the clock. You have a big ultimate advantage, but you know you're going to have to burn some of those to defend. So once you get that self-destruct up, it's a great way in overtime just to clear everybody off the point.
Yeah.
So not only is it serving as a counter pick to the Reaper and the ultimates they know that are going to be coming up and alarm, oh, buddy, you going to do this again?
I love it. Oh, it feels so
okay,
good.
smart.
Smart.
They figured it out. Okay.
Yeah. You don't see a lot, because normally Reinhardt stand right where he's standing right now. If you don't see him there, he's probably hiding from you. Here we go. Sound barrier for BK Stars already. Easy Bro has a Nano Blade pulled out. Bunny, though, the one getting kills, and BK Stars again. Looks like they're going to hold this. 15 seconds left. This is it. MVP Infinity is going to have to be satisfied with 1 point here on Temple of Anubis.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't end up even seeing the Death Blossom because there wasn't an opportune moment to place it, and they're going to walk out and defend very far in the front. No chance. So pretty solid defense on point B.
Yeah, I got to say. And MVP Infinity right now, this is dire straits for these guys because they're in a situation where if BK Stars gets 2 points in their attack run, that is it for MVP Infinity in this league. They have to go and fight their way back up again from promotions after the season is over.
Yeah, not the start you thought they would get, considering the very close matches they played against both Meta, Athena, and Envy.
I mean, if you look at the previous matches in Group A, no way you come into this one expecting BK Stars to win it, and certainly not win it in the way they are right now.
Well, one fact in Easy Bro, looks like they have been outclassed tonight, but
yeah.
A lot of this too, I think, is Burner really having the best series that he's had this season. It was the Burner and Bunny show in Season 1, and we didn't see that same level of individual play so far this season, but they're delivering in a big way once again tonight, and Carpe there picking up some slack too.
Yeah, you absolutely have to give some credit to Carpe. I think his kind of rise as a DPS player has sort of given Bunny more room to sort of work with and maneuver, kind of taking some of the focus off of him. So it's a BK Stars team that, finally in their last match of the season is looking like the team that we kind of thought they'd be looking like early on.
Yeah, and this is a weird comp for defense on Anubis A, having both a Reinhardt and a Winston.
I mean, this is a pre-match interview comp right here. This is just Bunny and Carpe saying, you know what, our DPS are better. We're just going to outduel these guys. I don't know if that's a smart idea, but I feel like that's where it comes from.
I just don't understand what MVP is trying to accomplish here. We'll see. It looks like Easy Bro and Undyne are going to be starting on the side, so it looks like when they try and go into the room on the left, they're going to try and dive the supports and kill them instantly.
Yeah. All right, here we go. BK Stars on the attack. Get 2 points on Temple of Anubis, and that will win them the match and save them from relegation. It's Carpe swinging around the outside with the McCree. And they're going to try to come up the stairway.
Where's
Bunny
the
already behind. A little bit of damage. Winston, kind of on his own, drops the barrier for a lot of damage prevention here. Bunny needs to recall out of there. He's still in a little bit of a rough spot right now. That's a bold move for Bunny without the recall. He's got to be very careful here.
Those are the health packets, though. Carpe still getting a lot of damage as they push them back from the choke point. Patience here. Bunny actually going to pick up a very important kill. He can live through this.
It's massive. He does live. He gets the health pack. He's got the pulse bomb. BK Stars, this is their moment. They got to go for it. There's the pulse bomb. Takes down Breck. Bunny gets wide out as well. Bunny on a tear. This is the Bunny we remember from Season 1, man. He is hard carrying.
Wow, they're going to see if they can even pick up this Genji right here. Flashbang down, headshot, flick around the corner. Carpe gets another one. Won't be enough to snowball because the point is still capping, but nicely done.
That's a thing of beauty right there. MVP Infinity, though, in a lot of trouble watching their hopes of possibly staying in this league slip away, as there is now 6 minutes and 40 seconds for BK Stars to take point B.
But that's just a weird composition, though. Like, how were they going to stop the Tracer there? They had nothing to defend their backline, and Bunny just went on a tear. And again, see the Ana getting separated.
Has to use a grenade on herself, too, which is not a good start. Carpe gets 2. Carpe's been here on this McCree, man. He has really been hitting the shots he needs to hit, coming in with the Deadeye. Gets another one onto Why Not. There's the tank out of the way. And he gets easy, bro. Mid-ultimate. MVP Infinity collapsing completely. Awesome plays from Bunny and Carpe as they build that control meter. They came into this one saying our DPS is just better, and never has it looked that way more than it did at the end of this match right there.
That was some very impressive DPS play, particularly from Bunny on that point A.
I put the period on the end of that sentence, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Living up to their own hype.
Well, BK Stars manages to stay in Apex League. They will be back again next season. They avoid relegations, perhaps in the most unlikely situation coming into this one. Really not looking great this season, but playing the series of their season easily today.
Well, even if you say, okay, I thought BK Stars was going to win, I don't think anybody says they win 3-0. So, very impressive. Bunny just going off on that Tracer, and it was a match of, I think, confused strategy and confused composition, but we got some sexy mechanical plays.
We did. Strategically, it certainly wasn't the cleanest match we've seen. That's for sure. But, yeah, man, did we get some great individual play at the end there. That was one of those games where you just enter the zone. If you're Carpe and Bunny, you're like, all right, it's time to carry. And MVP Infinity, what a tragedy. Perhaps the biggest tragedy of the tournament so far, where these guys played so well in their first 2 matches, made it very close against some very good teams, and in the end, falling 0-3 to a team that, really they should have beaten.
Yeah, and you do have to point out and say, well, Breck and Why Not did not have the games of their career. Why Not looked significantly worse tonight than he had in the rest of this tournament.
Yeah.
And Breck, some questionable engaged decisions overall in that Reinhardt.
Well, like it or not, MVP Infinity is going to have to fight for their spot in this tournament in the relegation matches after the season is over. And I would say, they're going to get a lot of good practice between now and then, and I would imagine they should be able to stay in.
Yeah, most likely. This looked like a little bit of an aberration for them.
Yeah.
In terms
looked like
of
a bit
their
of a
own,
choke, didn't it?
Yeah, in terms of their own level of play.
Yeah. Wow. Kind of a disappointment for BK Stars, too. I wish we could have seen this BK Stars, all 3 of their matches. It's too bad we finally got it on the very last one, but, hopefully this means after some practice in the offseason, we'll have something to look forward to in Apex Season 3.
Well, they really mixed it up. I think that running some of these triple DPS comps caught MVP Infinity really by surprise.
Yeah. Well, don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back with our second best of 5 of the day. Afrika Freaks Red versus LW Blue. Should be a pretty awesome best of 5 out of Group B. Such a stacked group, man.
I'm really excited about that match. Of course, nothing will be determined after today in terms of the standings, but we'll get a lot better insight about how that match between Lunatic High and Misfits has to go.
I think so.